Pac-Man, yet another game that brings back our childhood memories. No matter how easy the game was, it definitely made us stick to our computer screen for long. Let's explore it more. Welcome to Tech Vriddhi. This is the 7th and the final video of the gaming series. Do watch the previous ones to understand this one in a better way. Also, make sure to subscribe the channel and hit the bell icon to stay updated for the upcoming series. Also, watch this video till the end to know about the surprise I was talking about. So without further ado, let's get started with level 7 Game Over. In this particular video, we'll be discussing how artificial intelligence is used for automated maze generation in Pac-Man game. Well, I know you all know the basic Pac-Man game where this figure just collects its food, avoiding the ghost and sometimes eating them if it eats the special kind of food. Generally, the one with bigger size. The main aim is to surpass as many levels as possible with maximum score. Now, making these mazes is really an interesting topic. This is done using heuristic approach such as genetic algorithms. Before this, if you wish to understand all of this in Hindi, stay connected to us on 8th and 22nd of every month. You may also refer the previous videos in Hindi in the playlist mentioned on our channel. Genetic algorithms are basically heuristic search algorithms that mainly mimic the natural process of evolution. This was proposed by Alan Turing in the year 1950. Our aim here is to able to make a maze that can be of variable difficulties and can be played for different levels. Using genetic algorithm, these are the steps for designing stages for mazes. First, producing new members by crossovers. Second, calculating the fitness of every member in the population. Third, mutating some random members. Now, first aspect is genes. Genes in our body are the basic physical and functional unit of heredity. They are made up of DNA and thus contain all the vital information of any organism. Similarly, in Pac-Man, genes contain all the information about the blocks that are used to make the maze. For example, whether the block is horizontal or vertical, its size, as well as position. These genes are stored in the form of an array and this makes the calculations easier. Second is fitness. It is a second aspect of an individual which according to evolution theory means how fit an organism is or how successful it has been in passing its genes. Similarly, we have a fitness function that measures a lot of things. For example, if the maze is playable or not, whether the blocks are placed uniformly, number of blocks, etc. How to check one of these features, whether the game is playable or not? This is done using a data structure called a stack. The stack works in a similar way as if you are piling up your clothes in a cupboard. And to avoid mess, you place a new cloth at top and when you want to take it out, you choose the top one to avoid mess. Now imagine that by mistake you folded your clothes when they were wet and they mixed up with the dry ones in your cupboard. What will you do? You'll check the clothes by touching them. If they are wet, you'll check the neighbors or the neighboring clothes as they might be wet too because of the one. And in case you have any other dry cloth, you just place it back into the cupboard. Right? The question is how our algorithm does this. First of all, it selects one of the dots from the maze and pushes a stack and mark it as checked. Now, it pulls or pops a dot from the stack. Third, it pushes any unchecked neighbors of the dots to the stack. Fourth, it repeats the step until all the stack is checked. And finally, if repetition of steps is equal to the number of dots in the maze, it means that the game is playable. Now, to keep the track or the purpose of memory, a maze map was generated of the genes here, where a number 1 was used to represent blocks and 0 was used to represent dot positions. After defining genes and fitness, it's now the time for the third aspect, that is crossover. In evolution theory, we have crossbreed. It is basically when there is a mixing of parent with different genes to create a new type of offspring. For example, crossbreeding lion and a tiger gives rise to a new breed, that is liger. In Pac-Man, a new maze is made from the existing ones in the same way. A gene is divided into 4 equal pieces to generate a new gene, that is a new block, that means a new maze. Before proceeding further, let's reveal the first element of surprise now. I know you might be wondering the different kind of Pac-Man I'm playing in this video. The environment, the maze, well, here it is. All these types I played till now have been made by me. So, if you all too wish to make it, refer to the YouTube playlist in the description. Make your version, follow TechVriddhi on Insta, share your version while tagging @TechVriddhi and I'll share your story. Yes, it will be a highlight too on my Insta account. Moreover, if you wish to play the game that I have made, I'll be sharing the link for the same too. So till now we have talked about genes, fitness and the third aspect, that was crossover. Now it's time for the fourth aspect, that is selection. This step involves selecting the parent for crossover. Here, the technique used is supervised randomization. It means randomly selecting the fit candidates to reproduce fitter offsprings. The algorithm is called Rowlett selection algorithm, and in Pac-Man, similarly, a fitter gene or block is chosen in a way that it was more playable than others to create a new maze design. The final aspect is mutation. This is basically a change in DNA sequence and in Pac-Man to create diverse levels in designs of maze. This is basically how artificial intelligence is used to automatically create mazes. If you wish to know more about it, for example the computations, libraries used, etc., refer to the research paper in the description. So this is the end? No, actually not. It's time for the second surprise. You all might have noticed that the name of the levels are very weird, some rhyming or some confusing too. So here's the reason why. Let us recall the name of the levels. The first one was Game On. The second one was Anything to Become a Ludo King. Third one was I'll Show What is AlphaGo. Next, Maybe Slow but I will. Fifth one, Ideas Behind Mario Levels. Sixth, No Fear, AI Agent Mario is Here. And the last one is Game Over. Now do you see the pattern? The initials of those levels. And boom, it's our series names, Gaming. I hope you all know that I have deliberately misspelled gaming because it represents artificial intelligence in gaming. So this is it. I really hope you enjoyed these series. Give your valuable feedback in the comments below and wait for the new fresh series starting on 15th. And here's the thing, every series will have such surprises. Stay tuned, bye and take care.